Oh man.
Buttigieg is.
So look at the reactionary.
I think a technocrat.
Look at the reactionary to it. Okay, so it's like, man, he's talking about Beto O'Rourke. I don't really know what the calibration of each candidate is angled. Since they talked about Buttigieg saying he's rhetorical victimized locals.
He's got to work on it.
Beto O'Rourke and Howard Schultz, like, so, and a true candidate Kamala Harris.
Which was really his introduction.
But he was nice to focus in on, like,
very, very
true candidate.
blitz, and he's done very well.
And I forgot what he's talking about. Like, I forgot. I know. Look at this thing. It's Barack Obama, right? They're talking about President Obama, right? And then it's talking about, like, town halls, the student debt, criminal justice. Okay, student debt. Now, okay, poverty of debt. Okay, that's how they say it. Poverty of debt, criminal justice reform, native, what do you call it, justice reform, native succession rate, climate change, and real Green Deal around the real Congress.
He's about arrived at.
So,
as you're bringing this up, I want to bring you back.
I was saying Buttigieg was like, you know, he was like saying some things that was like, that was me.
Sort of shunning the idea that white papers were needed as he was first starting out his
all
campaign.
that paneling.
I also remember
My reaction was your reaction was like saying what you said, was making bacon bits and like and what do you call it, and like thing, and it made a lot of points about Burger King, made a lot of points about the LBGT, you know what I'm saying, and all this stuff, and made a lot of points about like student debt, in-state college fees and stuff like that, and but the pivotal points were the Burger King, where you go to like church and stuff, and that's bull. I mean, you know, talking of the asinine, you can say the reactionary of like say contrast between Kamala Harris.
That's when we know.
What she said. What she said.
More, we're talking about how we need more specifics. You brought this up briefly at the top of the hour.
None of
You
that.
tweeted
earlier.
that Kamala Harris, I believe your words were, likes to study stuff.
Okay, look at Kamala. Study Kamala Harris. Study
Elizabeth Warren is here, as you know. She said that she supports student loan forgiveness. 42 million Americans. Would you go that far? Do you support that?
Well, I support anything that is about reducing the debt of student loans, and I think that's an important conversation to have.
Do you support financial?
I think student debt.
Americans should have the right to vote at age 16.
I think education reform. I think education reform. Education reform is is something you can make a for-profit EDUs. That's what they've done already. Oh, you, me? Oh, when? Oh, that? Yeah, that's so talking about like that. Like, cause, like, you know what I mean? Cause, like, yeah.
Like whoever you are.
Oh yeah, man, that's great, dude. You might as well go in there, even if it's lower division.
You have to come.
But you know, it doesn't come out like cake. It doesn't sound like cake because you know what I'm saying. Because you went through it like cake. And that's to be honest with you. You have to mentally flip and like flip and somersault.
People do become more transparent. They want that kind of answer.
I think
it sounds great, and you think you can get it from an EDU, a for-profit EDU, and you won't get it for I mean, depending on your life. I think your life.
Really set her apart. In some ways, I think a lot of the other candidates, it's some sort of nervousness.
I mean, what do you call that?
She kind of bounded on stage, connected with the audience, told some personal stories, talked about.
And me, I say, oh yeah, you know, yeah, what she said. What this person said.
Because one of the, I think, raps on her is that she didn't necessarily have the kind of retail political skills that a lot of folks have, because she's been, attorney general is just kind of a different thing.
Yeah, a lot of people say, it's surprising to see a polarizing view, and it's surprising to see, and it's rare to see a supportive commentary of such a person, because this is kind of like the life you live in, And this is the kind of where you get to in life. And if you look at people and you say, you judge your fight cover and say, oh, well, such and such,
I'm going to guess
you know, and that's it. Never put that in it. You know what I'm saying? It's rare. It's rare.
Warren releasing her proposal today to really cancel out student debt. You can see some of the details there on the screen. But canceling up to $50,000.
And she's talking about okay, so if you just go skip on over, education 10 year back, sort of like just cost me 10 years. I have no idea what this is.
Here's her plan.
It sounds like
I started in several months ago talking about a wealth tax, an ultra millionaire's tax. It's
I don't know what she's talking about.
On every dollar of the great fortunes above $50 million. So your 50 millionth and first dollar, you got to pay 2 cents and 2 cents on all of the dollars after that. And here's the stunning part. If we ask the great fortunes in this country, and understand, this isn't about trying to be nasty or say that you've done anything wrong. What it's about is saying, look, you had a great idea, you got out there, you've worked hard, or you inherited wealth, whichever one it was.
David Telling, one of the things that
it's just kind of rap. It kind of rap.
out to me there.
It kind of just raptures me.
Right? It's not that
because she's talking about how like
wants to be the policy wonk here in
what you said, and what I see, how I reflected off that
2 cents.
is that she's saying that
we're talking about
that if the economy can be trickled down, reverse trickle down.
Oh, without a doubt.
I don't know what her objective is though, and like in a rhetorical calibration, because she's saying an economy of like a lopsided cash. I don't get it. That's what kind of gets me on the rapture of it.
On billionaires, but now she's incorporating much more this notion of putting that in.
And she said basically, okay, he's made a little. Walter was himself made a little bit of it, made a lot out of the little money he had. Right? He's a good financial advisor for himself. You know what I'm saying? He crunches his numbers okay. Why can't that be a model for an average person? That's true. You gotta take an Excel class at the same time, you know what I'm saying, and forget the folklore, and you gotta take an Excel class, and that's what you have to do, really. Because if you add some, you know what I mean, that does wonders for the world.
Because it's a hugely important issue.
Even with 2,000.
A shrewd move or stunningly good luck.
Yeah, no. I mean, I can. The reaction. You're right. You guys are right.
You know, it was really interesting. It was back-to-back Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders.